Just one second. Good. Setting up your meeting for a live stream. Okay. We're almost there, friends. Yeah. Thanks everybody for coming out for the song swap. We are live now, friends, for the People's Music Network Song and Poetry Swap. And my name is Ben Grosscup. I'm the executive director of People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle. And we're just really glad to have you all here. This is the logo for tonight. And I'm going to just tell you a little bit about tonight and about the People's Music Network. Some people are coming onto this song swap tonight for their first time. And it's just really exciting to have, new people performing, as well as people who've been around the People's Music Network for many years coming back for the first time since the pandemic started. So welcome everybody. So there's just a few little things I wanted to mention tonight before we get going. This is kind of something that has been going on since March for us at PMN, and it's doing it every week. Is trying to create a space where music that is about peace and justice, music that is about getting people to think critically about the world around them, and that gives us some sense of purpose and political engagement with the world. That is what we are doing right now with tonight and with other events that we have been putting on, and a lot of these things have been kind of collaborative style events. And then we also had, just a performance with Charlie King and Elise Bryant last Friday, which was really fun. So that is all kind of relating to this big picture that the People's Music Network, we sustain and grow a diverse community of performing artists, allies, and activists who use music, poetry, and other art forms as catalysts for a just and peaceful world. And I'm just going to show you a little bit of one of the events that is coming up, because I can do that here from my screen. I'm gonna screen share the peoplesmusic.org, which I have also over my banner image. And this is what you see when you go to the website. It shows what the upcoming events are. Of course, this is the one that we're in, December 17th. And then we're going to have another one a little earlier in the day on December 29th. And we welcome you to register for this as well, to share a song, Freedom and Struggle. It looks a little bit similar to the one for today, but it's different. And then there's also saving the date for the end of January, looking just a little bit further ahead to the virtual winter convergence. In keeping with the traditions of our network, the 41st annual People's Music Network Winter Gathering will take place during the final full weekend of January. We've been running this this in-person event for 3 days for over 40 years. And we're really looking forward to kind of reconvening our community in this virtual space. So look forward to more information about that. There's going to be more educational workshops at this winter convergence, and as well as opportunities for performance, open mics, things kind of along the lines of what we're doing tonight. We'll have a round robin, as we did at the summer convergence, which was also virtual in June. Anyway, lots of opportunities to get connected there, and we're going to be posting more about that. I want to let you know about one other thing. In early January, we're going to try something new that we have not done before. So this is just keep an eye out for this one as well. The idea is, let's get 10 members of PMN to register to be in a song swap. But then there's one other thing. We want you to perform, but we also want you to invite one person who's not a member of PMN and invite them into the song circle as well. And then you get to introduce them. And then you'll also get to say a word of appreciation for the song maker who just performed right before you. And we're going to get into how that works a little bit tonight, because that's That's one of the things that we're here to do, is to offer some verbal encouragement to one another. Sometimes being a song maker can be a little bit of a lonely experience. And so this is a circle of appreciation where we are really deeply listening to one another and what we're doing in our songs. So that's the kind of the method. The first person is actually George Mann. So he won't have the opportunity to do this, but he will be able to then come in at the end of the program. If he's still with us, hopefully he can stay and comment on the final performer. But we want to invite each performer to listen to the person who just performed before them, and then, even before getting into your own self introduction, extend a word of love and encouragement to that artist. Give them a comment that's positive, focused on your own experience of what you heard, and also brief. It's we do other sessions actually that are about song critique, peer critique sessions, which can be super helpful, like if you're trying to develop the song craft. But we're more doing this as sort of just like, we're listening to you. That's what this comment is confirming. And then there's also, of course, the written comment that also does that, and you can do that at any time for any artist you hear during the program tonight. We highly encourage the use of the chat function to share words with each other that kind of keep this process of encouragement going. If you're tuning in now to the live stream, welcome you to share this live stream with others who might be interested in hearing this music tonight. It can really help. Also, the lyrics have been posted. Many of the people who registered for tonight actually sent in their lyrics ahead of time, and we have a bit.ly link to the lyrics where you can actually read the lyrics either while they're being performed or afterwards, as the case may be. So the final thing is just that we have a 5-minute limit, and just asking folks to kind of observe that as we go through. And then if you're listening on the live stream, I'll be posting little links to people's websites while they're performing. So if you're in part of our live stream audience, you'll have a little way to follow up with some of these artists if you should like to do so. So that is my spiel. I appreciate you taking the time to listen to me, and I want to bring on George Mann as our first performer. Welcome, George. Just tell me a little bit about how you're doing tonight.
Hello, Ben. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you.
Good to see you.
Okay, you can hear me, right? Just checking. Yeah, I unmuted myself.
You're good. Sounding good.
Greetings from Ithaca, where I shoveled out about 20 inches of snow today. Don't know where everybody else is, but if you're in the Northeast, you got some batch of snow. We got plenty of it today. And good to see you all. And this is the song I'm going to share with you tonight. It's a song called A Song in My Heart. It's the first song off my new record, and my album was kind of interrupted by the coronavirus for about 4 months this summer, from about March to late June, when the studio I record at was shut down. And then when we got back together, this was the first song I wrote as we got back together to do another 4 or 5 songs to finish the album out this summer. And it's a song about alienation and about the distance between us that this enforced isolation is causing. I did 2 concerts today online for nursing and nursing homes that I sing for. Still doing about 3 or 4 of them a week, where I used to do about 10 when I wasn't on the road. Only a few homes have the ability to reach out through the wire like this and sing just like what we're doing tonight to everybody. So it was really nice. And of course, I've lost dozens of seniors in the homes. One home alone in Corning lost 33 people in the coronavirus as it swept through the home last month. So this is a song about that. And I wrote it after seeing one of my great loves. She's about 89 years old, and she blows me kisses over the internet. Her name is Esther, and it goes like this. Out through the wire and I hear it as you speak. See it in your weary eyes and I'm lonely weak. And even though it's all we got, I'll smile at you again. Every moment on the screens of fire, like this our brain. But I can see a sparkle there, and you've still got some fight. And as I read my grievances, you say I'll be alright. You know that reassures me, so today I'm gonna start with a song in my head, a song in my heart, with a song in my head, a song in my heart. How can we make music when we're so far apart? Got a song in my head, a song in my heart. Why am I complaining now? I'm fed and clean and warm, but I can't stop this hunger for the warmth within your arms. And I don't know when I'll be back, might not be this year. So sing along with me today and brush away those tears. 'Cause I can see a sparkle there and you still got some fight. And as I read my grievances, you say I'll be alright. You know that reassures me, so today I'm gonna start with a song in my head, a song in my heart, with a song in my head, and a song in my heart. How can we make music? We're so far apart. Got a song in my head, a song in my heart. Got a song in my head, a song in my heart. Got a song in my head, and a song in my heart. Got a song in my head, and a song in my heart.
Bravo! Thank you very much, George Mann. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Song in my head and song in my heart. That's what we're trying to have tonight. So appreciate that. I just want to ask a question. If we have Jan Luby in the house, is Jan here? Because if not, we'll be moving right along to Ruben. So I think I'm not hearing. Sometimes people have different names in the Zoom room. You don't know always. So, Ruben, can we ask you? Are you ready to share your song with us? And we'll see if we can get Jan later.
I am.
Oh, wonderful! How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That's great.
I love that catchy previous song. That is a nice, what do you call that? Chorus? Song in my head, song in my heart. It has a nice melody, but also is kind of like where we should live. The song should be half of heart, and it has to make sense in both ways. Highly spiritual, highly intellectual. I think that's a goal of mine. So thank you, George, for that.
Thank you. Yeah, it's about trying to start a day with a positive attitude when there's so much negativity, or there was at least to the last 6 months. The clouds are starting to part. I expect they will magically part around January 20th.
The song I have for you is a song that I wrote. I am a teacher, as so many of you are, that are the ones that I know, an educator. And so these children themes are in my head. This could be a children's song, except that I could never sing it to a child, but it has the very hungry caterpillar, and it has with a grab there and a grab here, things that I took from children's song. This is the very hungry caterpillar. I don't know if you're putting up the words. I think I have them here. Very short song. Here we go. The very hungry caterpillar ate his way around 2 bushes of barley, 20 heads of garlic, real fast. The very hungry caterpillar couldn't help himself. Though he wasn't hungry, there was food around him, so he ate. He thought he was the smartest one around, grabbing what he wanted from the ground, with a grab, grab there and a grab, grab here. Very hungry caterpillar, with a grab, grab there and a grab, grab here. Very hungry caterpillar. And everyone around him knew how to be safe and to save for later, but he couldn't listen and he ate. The very hungry caterpillar was not to survive, 'cause before too late went ahead and ate himself. He had enough. He had enough, he had more than a lot. The more he ate, the hungrier he got. With the grab, grab there and the grab, grab here. Very hungry caterpillar. With the grab, grab there and the grab, grab here. Very hungry caterpillar. Help me out, please. With the grab, grab there and the grab, grab here. Very hungry caterpillar.
Bravo. Let's give a hand of applause for Ruben Gonzalez from New York City.
That's right.
Great to have you. And a fine metaphor for what is happening in our society with the greed and everything. I want to welcome our next performer, a longtime member of People's Music Network, Barbara Dyskant. Barbara, how you doing? Go ahead and unmute if you would there. Yes. Do you want to extend a word to our brother Ruben Gonzalez?
Get it, please. What's that on that?
We hear you. We hear you fine.
Hi there.
Hey, Barbara.
Hi there. I really like the simplicity of that song. I mean, sometimes people just get so esoteric in what they write. And I just, sometimes we get too wordy and we lose the point. And I think you're just clear. It's the grab, grab here and the grab, grab there. I feel like I'll be probably singing this in my living room. And I just appreciated that. And I also appreciate your being able to use that to give a positive message to our kids who, goodness knows, don't get enough of them. So thank you. And it had a sense of humor, which makes me happy.
You're welcome, and thank you.
So that's my feedback.
Thanks.
I guess the song I actually wrote this at a People's Music Network weekend. I was going to sing a really heavy song, and I took a workshop in which the leader was saying we needed more songs that could be like happy and uplifting, and I didn't have one. And I ended up running off and writing this really quickly, and Sarah Pirtle held up the music so I could sing it at the round robin. And it's a dance tune. So what I'm really hoping is anyone where you are, if you want to get up and dance and make some noise, go for it. Okay? It's called Finding Ourselves in the Music. Sometimes I've been feeling sad, so much in the world is going bad. Sometimes it feels like hope is gone, I could lose the will to carry on. Time to find ourselves with the music. Find ourselves with the music now. Find ourselves with the music, and it keeps us moving on. The whole world knows the power of song. When people dance and sing along, they sing when they get their battles done. Power to the people, that's everyone. They find themselves with the music. Find themselves with the music now. Find ourselves with the music, and it keeps us moving on. We shall not be moved, we shall overcome. Joy to the world, here comes the sun. Woke up this morning, feel real fine. This little light is gonna shine, shine, shine. We'll find ourselves in the music. Sing along with the music now. Get up and dance with the music, and it keeps us moving on. We shall not be moved, we shall overcome. Joy to the world, here comes the sun. Woke up this morning, feel real fine. This little light is gonna shine, shine, show you. Celebramos en la música, cantamos con la música, bailamos con la música. A todo el mundo le gusta. Find ourselves with the music. Find ourselves with the music now. Find ourselves with the music, and it keeps us moving on. Sing with me. Find ourselves in the music. Find ourselves with the music now. Find ourselves with the music, and it keeps us moving on. Thank you.
Hey, bravo. Barbara
great
Dyskant, thank you.
Thanks, everyone. And thanks, Ben,
many-
for helping with the technical.
Oh, anytime. Yes, very welcome. I want to bring on our next performer, Joanne Steele, who will get to say a word to Barbara. Hey, Joanne. Go ahead and unmute yourself there. Try one more time to unmute, and we're going to listen to you speak. You're looking for that button in the lower left that says unmute.
I
And
hit it
you're gonna
already,
press-
and then it.
There we go.
All right, Barbara, that was wonderful. You had me dancing right in my chair here, and inspiring too. Yeah, the music. I love the calypso. Oof, I think that's what it was. Sounded like calypso to me. I don't know. I'm not a musician really. For years I played the trumpet years and years and years ago. I celebrated my 80th birthday in late August. And I'm going to read you from the teachings of Don Juan Carlos Castaneda. I have had some very serious choice points in my life, and I've been, I guess, very lucky. And I was influenced by Henry David Thoreau, who grew up and was raised in my neighborhood. So I was quite influenced by his character and his values. So I might as well have been influenced by Carlos Castaneda. It's similar. So here is the advice. Anything is one of a million paths. Therefore, you must always keep in mind that a path is only a path. If you feel you should not follow it, You must not stay with it under any conditions. Look at every path closely and deliberately. Try it as many times as you think necessary. Then ask yourself, and yourself alone, one question. Does this path have a heart? All paths are the same. They lead nowhere. They are paths going through the bush or in the bush. Does this path have a heart? If it does, the path is good. If it doesn't, it's of no use. Both paths lead nowhere, but one has a heart. As long as you follow it, you are one with it. The other will make you curse life. One makes you strong, the other weakens you. That's the path. Good advice.
Bravo, Joanne Steele, bringing the poetry to the song and poetry song swap. Thank you. Geez, paths taken.
Yeah.
So let's see. Jim Scott is our next performer. I'm going to bring him onto the stage here.
There's my finger.
Jim, how are you doing?
Where's Jim? I don't see him.
Unmute. Yeah.
We hear you.
There he is. Oh. I don't see him. Yeah,
Grandma Garano got run over by a reindeer. No, that's not the song I was going to sing. Hello, everyone. Thank you for including me. Some of my songs, you know, when I'm going to save the world with a song, they sneak around behind you and boot you in the pants, which I guess led to this song. When I get this right, mistakes will get more latitude. I'll put more into gratitude for all life brings. When I get this right, forgiveness, the new paradigm, and anger granted no time in the greater scheme of things. When I get this right, I'll know where to find the healing. I'll find challenge more appealing and go the longer way. When I get this right, I'll understand the pain of growing and accept the price of knowing love can at last win the day. If this is our only life, then time is of the essence. Time to get to work on our presence and presentations. If there's only this one chance, we'll take a stand on this sacred earth and see the holy and the worth of all our relations. I get this right. I'll be student as well as teacher, a more reluctant preacher, more inclined to offer grace when I get this right. I'll put less into correction and see the perfection of this fragile human race when I get this.
Beautiful. Bravo. Jim Scott, let's take a moment to give a round of applause.
Thank you.
Great to have you on with us. Jeez. Well, we're going to continue
So nice
this
to be here.
circle of appreciation here with Wyra Forrester. Do you want to go ahead and turn on your camera there, Wyra? Great.
Whoops, hi, I was on mute.
Oh yeah, there you are. How you doing? So
Good.
welcome back to the Song Swap, Wyra. And you want to give a word to our friend Jim?
Thank you, Jim. That was really beautiful. I was thinking about how it would go in a video. And I was thinking about kind of like the different arts that have like dancing and flow arts that have movement. And it was so beautiful that I think it would go well with as a sort of a soundtrack. So
Well,
someone just said the word mesmerizing. Pine Tree in the chat. I think that's how I felt too. Felt really captured by it.
Well, thanks. A video. I hadn't thought of it so visual, but I'd love to know what visual what visual things. All
It
the
sort
things
of
that I'm gonna
reminded me
get-
of Joni Mitchell's Circle Game.
Oh, that's a beautiful
where-
song too. I'm so old. I remember that song.
Yeah, well, it reminded me of kind of like taking a step forward in life, but reflecting on the past, very carefully taking a step forward in life.
Yeah. Well, thanks. It's one
Yeah, I
of those
just
songs
thought
that snuck up on me. I don't know. It just came up.
We had some comments in,
You know,
in here
I
as
didn't
well.
get to say, I didn't get to say thank you to Joanne before when I first came on. That was a rude jumping in there impolite. But Joanne, I loved your poem.
Thank you. Yeah. Just, I thought I'd take a moment here to just, we got like comments like mesmerizing guitar, lots of, I think there was a lot of richness that people got out of that, the guitars and the guitar chords and everything. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here and maybe we can let Wyra give us her song.
Sure.
Looking forward to it.
I have the song. It's one that hopefully a lot of people can sing along with. I think the reason I want to sing it is because it has a theme of freedom in it, and escaping kind of the bonds of injustices and oppression is something that speaks to my soul. So this song is I'll Fly Away, and it was made famous in the Appalachian Mountains, or made well known, I should say, and then arose as a more even better known song through Alison Krauss and Gillian Welch. Some bright morning when this life is over, I'll fly away to that home on God's celestial shores. I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory. I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by. I'll fly away. When the shadows of this life have gone, I'll fly away. Like a bird from these prison walls, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. Oh, how glad and happy when we meet, I'll fly away. No more cold iron shackles on my feet, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away in the morning when I die. Hallelujah, by and by, I'll fly away. I just realized you guys are kind of looking up my nose. Sorry. So yeah, so that's a Brother Where Art Thou song. I guess I spontaneously had another one if there's time, but if there isn't, then that's good too.
Well, I think that's a beautiful song. I think we're going to move on to Rains now, because we got a good number of people on the list tonight, but come back. Let's hear some more. Rains, do you want to offer a word to Wyra? Just make sure that you're unmuted. I made the same mistake just a second ago where I was talking, thinking everybody heard me, and nobody heard me because I was muted.
That was beautiful. I love that song, and we all wonder what'll happen when the time comes. What is the great beyond? I've lost a number of people, and you wonder. And it reminds me, there's a Richie Haven song called "High Flying Bird," which is also about after they've passed, and just cherishing that. It's very hopeful. So thank you.
You're welcome. I'm so happy to hear that. It's a song of the spirit, I think. So yeah.
Yeah, truly it is. Truly.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I'm excited to hear what you have.
Oh well, this is this is a simple song. This is a tribute to George Floyd and the Black Lives Matter movement, and so I'll just 3 chords. Here we go. He's a prince of our disorder, laid his life upon the altar, singing out a slave's redemption song. Part of God's master plan, sowing seeds to harvest when the turning point of change finally comes. 'Cause he got millions of people chanting, I can't breathe. He got police and protesters arming on. He got blacks and whites together marching in the streets. Yeah, George Floyd died with power to change the world. George Floyd died with power to change the world. Hear the Cry brothers and sisters, Emmett Till in Mississippi, Rosa Parks, Malcolm and MLK, John Brown and Harriet Tubman, the Underground Railways run into the light to shine on a brand new day. 'Cause we got millions of people chanting, I can't breathe. We got police and protesters arm in arm. We got blacks and whites together marching in the streets. Yeah, George Floyd died with power to change the world. George Floyd died with power to change the world. DJ Henry and Michael Brown, Sandra Bland and Eric Garner, say their names, Breonna Taylor and Freddie Gray, gave their lives to change our future. 'Cause Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter today. Brown lives matter, Palestinian lives matter. We don't need police brutality or an ethnic apartheid state. So come on, dream defenders, we all got to remember, hope for change lies in our hands today, yeah. The race is long and grueling, the cloud will see us through, and righteousness will flow down like a mighty stream. From Minneapolis to Palestine, we'll be free. It's like George Floyd's 6-year-old daughter Gianna said, my daddy changed the world. Now if we want a world of justice and freedom, it's up to you and me to get in good trouble and keep on believing in freedom's dream, freedom's dream. We got freedom's dream, we gotta keep on keeping on. Freedom's dream, we got freedom's dream, we got freedom's dream. Keep on, brothers and sisters.
Bravo, Rains Rouner. Great to have you back at PMN. Thanks for sharing that song about George Floyd and all the freedom movements around this country. I want to bring on a new member of People's Music Network, Delphine. How you doing, Delphine? This is your first time at a PMN song swap, I believe.
Indeed it is. Thank you so much. I'm just absolutely delighted to be here. What a treat. Rains, wow. There was so much in there, and yet I feel it left me feeling lighter. I think that's so hard to do. I had the arc of history in mind, and I felt like I was seeing all of those folks bending the arc, and I was feeling that movement upward, especially at the end there when you raised your voice. I could feel my body moving up, and I love all of the folks. You said their names, and I love that. You didn't just tell us to say their names. You said their names. I have a song where I mentioned some of those same names, so I love that. I'm feeling your vibe very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And I think our songs kind of dovetail. So it's
good.
Going next.
Thank you.
Well, Delphine, and thank you, Rains. And I was just wondering, since this is your first time, can you give us a little more that you'd like to share, just about where you're coming from and who you are, so we can know as a new member?
Sure. So it's Delphine. I'm a Delphine. Queer singer-songwriter. I'm pretty new to trying to pursue my dream, which I've always known that music is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm trying to do that. It's really cool to have this support. I didn't know you all were out there, and I felt sort of like an island with trying to write protest music and deal with this kind of subject matter. So this is super cool. Yeah, and I'm just very happy to be here. I'm gonna actually play a video of an original song, so you'll hear my vocal and my lyrics, but I have some images to go along with it. And this song, it's called Who's My Enemy? It really turned things around for me during this last few years. Trump era, I just felt everything sort of crushing down on me, and I kind of put it all in the song, and the song has been like holding a lot of it for me. So I hope maybe it can do a little bit of that for others.
Cool, I'll play it.
Thank you.
Getting the sound on this? I might have made a mistake here. Sorry, can you just, what was the sound coming through for you guys?
Yeah, it's very
Yes.
beautiful.
Okay, you know what? My mistake. I totally apologize about that. We're going to start this from the beginning and get the full thing in here, okay? My bad. Screwed that up.
No raise in 20 years. Go ahead and stoke my fears, and I'll kill what's left of time. Hunt canaries in the mine. Lantern flies flown too far east. Hapless climate refugees. While Amazon kills brick and mortar, we live stream an insect slaughter. Saying if you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? If you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? Who's the savior? Who's the troll? Take my soul, just bring back coal. I'll build your golden parachute. Worship the ground that you pollute. Have your prophets leave me drugged. Tell the kids that Atlas shrugged. Sell the future, I don't care, as long as I don't have to share. If you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? If you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? Propaganda in our bones. When our brains fuse with our phones, push the levers just like mice, and we won't miss the bees or ice. Science makes us feel like fags, so cover me with guns and flags. Kill them if they're trans and black, and if they're brown, just send them back. Saying if you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? If you see, kill it. Who's my enemy? repeat. So now we just lust for retweets, cross hidden lines like lantern flies, complicit in our own demise. Matricide to end this strife, kill the one who gave you life. See, we'd rather end the world than listen to a teenage girl. If you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? If you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? This world is a small price for my supremacy. If you see it, kill it. Who's my enemy? My enemy.
Woo.
Bravo.
Nice, very nice.
Thank you. All right. Heck of a video. Wow. I'm just seeing all these comments come in. See if I can read a few of them. I like this one from Jane Fallon. Creative power, great conjunction of the art forms. And then we've got lovely, strong voice. Wait, can you give me a mnemonic device to remember the I sound?
Delphine.
Delphine, like
the music scene.
Like the music scene. Delphine is in the music scene. Delphine is in the music scene. That's gonna retrain my brain to say it the right way. Delphine, lovely strong voice. Delphine, love the internal rhymes and vivid imagery. Great. This is very powerful. Love this. That's from Jacole/Gale. Okay, great. Well, I'm gonna bring on our next performer, who's actually gonna get to say what he has to say about this wonderful video we just heard. Brent Miller.
Hey there. Hey, yeah. Delphine, that was amazing, really. You got the beautiful song, interesting, musically, and amazing images in there, and the video matched it perfectly. And it's just really a lot to think about. You could hear that song a number of times and learn, see something new every time. So, I'm a forester, and all the bugs that we have coming in. Well, it's an interesting way to use a lanternfly, which I guess is an invasive bug up there, and kind of using it in a different sense. So, man, that's amazing. It should go viral. That should go viral, right?
Oh, thank you, Brent.
If you got it on YouTube, you could post it actually into the chat, and we could help make that happen.
Oh, that'd be cool. I can do that.
Great. We'll watch for it.
Thanks a lot.
So I'm as hard as it may be to follow that one, I'm going to do one. And this is my name's Brent Miller, and I'm from Nashville area here in Tennessee, and it's great to be here on my second time on the network. And thanks, Ben, for having me here, and everybody. It's great to hear you. I'm going to do a song from my new album, or a fairly new album from this year, called Roots, Rhymes, and Branches. And it's a song about, I guess, influenced by things we've been going through the last several years with all the things with Donald Trump and just in general, the way our country's been going in a lot of ways. Just asking a question about where are we headed. It's raining in New York Harbor today. Miss Liberty's crying again. still guiding the way with a torch in her hand, but she knows her light is fading. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, she calls out to all. But she's getting harder to hear every day, the higher we're building these walls. Washington, Jefferson, Teddy, and Abe watch sadly from their cliffside home. Their eyes are pleading, men died for those freedoms, for God's sake, leave them alone. Whatever happened to we the people? Are you all out of your minds? If we could only break loose from this rock, we'd set things straight one more time. Where now, America, land of the free, of by and for the people, doesn't mean just for me. Seems like our better angels have all flown the coop. Where now, America, it's up to me and you. Tempers are flaring and temperatures rising as left and right take their shots. Even the redwoods are thinking of moving to Canada, things are so hot. Hurricanes pounding, huge fires raging as more and more green turns to brown. I wish I was kidding, but Nero keeps fiddling while this whole country burns down. Where now, America, land of the free, of by and for the people, doesn't mean just for me. It's time for our better angels to fly to our rescue. Where now, America, it's up to me, it's up to me and you. It's raining in New York Harbor today, Miss Liberty's crying again.
Bravo, Brent Miller.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yay. Wow. Gosh, this is great. I want to bring up Jane Ross Fallon. Jane, it's so good to see you.
Nice to see you, Ben.
Welcome back to PMN. I think this might be your first song swap that's online.
It's my first one, yeah.
Great to see you.
Nice to be here. Yeah, I love the song, Brent. I think it was been done before, but you made it your own, and you used great examples to show where you wanted to go with your basic thesis of the whole song, and they were all very consistent and understandable. I think that was great. Certain things we're all thinking about right now. And America has a lot at the crossroads. And I think there was something in there that kind of led to what I'm going to sing about, which is all the anger and the tearing each other apart left and right, and people can't seem to compromise to put the country on the right direction by accepting and finding a way to go. And this is a song I wrote after moving to Florida. We moved in October, very different down here than in New England. And I just got to know lots of people in the community, lots of business owners. It's a nice small little town called Dunedin on the West Coast, and knew all the people, knew them by name, and just got going when February hit and the businesses started shutting down. They're all worried about their whether they're going to lose their businesses, and you can understand that's high season here, so it's really tough, and everybody cleared out. And I felt very, so it's a true story. Example number one happened to a fellow I know named Larry who runs a cafe here. Example number two, a woman I talked to, I do off and on support for a suicide hotline. And this woman was having trouble at home. It's a lot of domestic abuse happened. Underneath the scenes of all the deaths and things that are going on, there's some other things that are happening. And then I see all the fighting on Facebook, and I just finally wrote this song about trying to hope that we can understand a variety of points of view. And it's called Epidemic of Kindness. Larry stands at his cafe door trying to look upbeat. This time of year there should be dozens more stopping by to eat. A thief tried to break in last night, now there's a window to repair. And he wonders with all the bills he's got if the money will be there. Most folks are good, but some don't care, won't give each other space, and complain about the service there and cough right into his face. We need an epidemic of kindness, an epidemic of love. Buy local with a smile, and if you feel the need to be hateful, bite your tongue. Well, Angie's job had to let her go, and she's feeling out of touch. And she tries to soothe her husband, Joe, as she sees him drink too much. But he can't handle the isolation, and a backhand to her cheek is the way he handles his frustration being home week after week. And she worries about her teenage son who holds it all inside. But once in a while he mentions he'd be better off if he died. We need an epidemic of kindness, an epidemic of love. Buy local with a smile, and if you feel the need to be hateful, bite your tongue. Looking back at the great pandemic, will history reveal that people grew more understanding of the way that others feel? Or will politics divide us, tear us all further apart? When we emerge from the other side, will it have touched our hearts? As I listen to people argue, I think of Larry and his shop, and of Angie and those like her who wonder when it all will stop. We need an epidemic of kindness, an epidemic of love. Buy local with a smile, and if you feel the need to be hateful, bite your tongue.
Bravo.
Thank you.
Jane Fallon. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you. Jane, I just wanted to invite you to say anything more you'd like people to know about you as an artist. This being your first online swap and everything. We'll get Michael and Nell on in just a second. We hear you, Michael and Nell, but I just had one little question for Jane here. Yeah.
I find me online. I do a lot of music, lots of variety of stuff that I do. I also wrote a book on songwriting, and I wrote a couple of autobiographical and biographical books with music. And I recently did my own first mystery novel with music. Has 9 songs that tell the stories and give the clues. And I just finished the Audible. And I'm so excited about having done my own audio reading and songs in my own book, and done that's going to be on Amazon real soon. So that was fun. Always looking for new creative ways to deal with this music thing. And I always write things of substance, as well as things that are just examples and expressions. I have a background in English literature, so that's kind of me. But I appreciate Ben doing this. It's a great thing. Nice to see everybody. I know some of you and most of you I don't. So it's nice to meet a lot of new people. Thank you.
And we are real excited about all the contributions you've made over the years to doing like songwriting workshops and stuff at people's music events, both our gatherings and also when we've done satellite events at NERFA and whatever.
Always fun. Always fun.
Yeah, it's great to have you. So I'm going to bring on actually Michael and Nell, who are going to actually say something on the substance of the song they just heard. I just brought on the wrong person. I apologize. I do make mistakes. That's the thing. But here we go. Add spotlight. There you go. Michael and Nell. It's great to have you back. And say what you heard in that song, Jane. Just.
Well, powerful. You touched on a lot of, the stories of people or what people are really going through today, and you really got into it. It was wonderful.
Great storytelling. You did excellent imagery.
Yeah.
And bringing all these different stories together into one
theme.
statement.
Yeah. Yes. Beautiful.
Excellent.
Beautiful. Yeah. Very, very nice. Very good. Thanks a lot.
I'm not surprised to hear that you do songwriting classes after hearing that.
Yeah, we're here in Nashville.
Yeah.
The home of 10,000 songwriters,
Right.
So there's a real whole songwriting culture here.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. So we pulled out an old song today. This song was on the album that we recorded with our band, Shelby Bottom
String Band.
And it was written by a wonderful Hoosier songwriter named Tom Rosnowski, who I had the pleasure of playing with for 5 years. And we actually recorded an album called A Well-Traveled Porch that actually was nominated for a Grammy. So this is one of Tom's. Tom's a very quirky songwriter, and this is one of his songs. It's called 6 Days in the Jailhouse, and it is a song about a fellow who got into some trouble in L.A., Lower Alabama.
And it's kind of a sideways story about that great American pastime, racism.
So here we go.
I was hitching down from Chickasaw on the Alabama coast. Got dropped off on a dusty road where God only knows. Then pretty soon the sheriff came and he asked me who I was. As far as where I'm headed next, they will leave that to the judge. It's 6 days in the jailhouse. Mama, don't shed no tears. Hell, if I'd have been a black man, I would have got 30 years. It seemed there'd been a robbery, or so that farmer claimed. He checked his dog, had 2 chickens gone, no clue who to blame. Somebody poor, then much for sure, the sheriff spat his chew. Them shacks down past the railroad tracks, or a stranger passing through. It's 6 days in the jailhouse. Mama, don't shed no tears. Hell, if I'd have been a black man, I would have got 30 years. There are 6 small marks beside my cot, reminders that time on earth is all I've got. That sheriff's got a squeaky chair and he sets it by my cell. He taps his nightstick on his palm as he talks about himself. And the food they serve is surely worse than the meals I'm gonna miss. Just bumming around from town to town when I'm finally free of this. It's 6 days in the jailhouse. Mama, don't shed no tears. Hell, if I'd have been a black man, I would have got 30 years. Hell, if I'd have been a black man, I would have got 30 years.
Bravo, Michael and Nell. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you so much. Wow. I'm going to bring on our next performer. I think they go by the name. I also have the pronunciation of this a little unsure, but Gail, how do we say the stage name?
Jacole.
Jacole.
Yeah.
Great. Welcome, Jacole. Welcome back. It's great to have you. Yeah, so tell Michael and Nell what you want to tell them about their song.
Yeah, wow. I really, really liked that. Yeah, I really loved particularly the line about if I'd have been a black man, I would have got 30 years. That's obviously very super relevant. And yeah, I feel like it's really good to bring that kind of anti-racist element into, you know, genres that I feel like have been predominantly white historically, like folk music. So kudos to y'all for that. So yeah, and I can tell that you guys play together a lot, and I can tell that you know, you have had years of practice, and you know, you just work really well as a duet, and just you complement each other really well when you sing and when you play. So yeah, all in all, I really, really loved it.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Sorry, I should put my phone on vibrate. Yeah, so oh, I'm spotlighted now. Oh man. Yeah, so hi, my name's Gail, otherwise known as Jacole. Yeah, I'm gonna sing this song that I wrote today called Willing and Able, and it's about ending ableism. He'll lift himself up, he'll lift others up when they need him to. He'll learn everything if you teach him in ways that he understands. He keeps his record straight, he'll get right down to business. Tell him your birthday, he'll mail you a card, a hug, and a smile. has her own beautiful thoughts and words. She's always listening. Glad when you're happy, sad when you're mad. She will change the world, ending poverty and ableism. Listen to her. She'll be the best friend that you've ever had. She's got a lot to do and say, so get out of her way. She might not look, think, walk, or talk like you. She might not see, hear, smell, taste, touch at all, but she's willing and able, willing and able. Whoa, willing and able. Whoa, in her own way. Whoa, willing and able. Whoa. Grow a new world, help plant the seeds, give all you can, take what you need. Grow a whole new world, help us plant the seeds, give all that you can, and take only what you need. They've got a lot to do and say, so get out of their way. They might not look, think, walk, or talk like you. They might not see, hear, smell, taste, touch at all, but they're willing and able, willing and able. Whoa, willing and able. Whoa, in their own way. Whoa, willing and able. Whoa. Grow a new world, help plant the seeds, give all you can, take what you need. Whoa, willing and able. Whoa, in their own way. Whoa, willing and able. Whoa.
Bravo. Bravo. Jacole. Yes. Jacole, thank you. Wow. You know, we don't always hear enough songs about disability. It's been a really strong tradition actually within the People's Music Network, and I mean going back a long time, to really focus on the issue of disability rights. And one of the way that's manifested, back, which wasn't that long ago. I mean, just January, we were doing in-person events, but for the last 40 years, we've had such a emphasis culturally, organizationally on the question of like how to do wheelchair accessibility, but like other kinds of accessibility too, because that's just one aspect of accessibility. But I really appreciate you broadening that out. I just want to bring on our next performer, who's actually Dave Tarlow, who will actually say something as well about that song we just heard. Dave, were you able to hear that song?
Yes, I didn't realize I was the next performer. We're missing someone?
Sorry to surprise you there, David.
Yeah, no problem. That was wonderful. I'm glad you brought me here because we do have a strong tradition of always making sure that our gatherings are accessible and so on and so forth. So it's wonderful to see that brought out in an excellent song. Thank you very much.
I just can't resist mentioning, Dave, that you actually, I remember you were part of the Saul Weber Accessibility Fund. Saul Weber was a longtime member of the People's Music Network who had a stroke late in life and used a wheelchair toward the end of his life. And we actually still have it on our books, like this restricted fund that's dedicated to accessibility. And now we're not doing any in-person
we
events.
had to rent an accessible van and so forth to bring him to, he was in a nursing home and we had to bring him to that conference. And we organized it to get him there. And it was wonderful to see him there.
He passed away, I think 2 summers ago. Saul did. May he rest in peace. Okay, now get out of the way.
How's my balance now, Ben? Now that I'm plugged in both ways, is it good?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm hearing both. Yeah.
So I call this my liberation mishmash or mashup, and the First song, it's pretty damn clear who we're going to be free from. Second one has a little bit more of an interesting history. Ocho Candelitas. Of course, the 8 candles are symbols of Hanukkah, which was a liberation struggle of the Jews against King Antiochus, which was celebrated. Don't need to go into the reasons for that. But I was looking for somebody sent me an English and French version of the dreidel song, which is another well-known song associated with Hanukkah. And I didn't like the French that much, so I went looking for a more singable translation, which I found, strangely enough, in a French South Park episode. So then I said, let me see if I can find a Spanish version. And I couldn't, but I came across this song, Ocho Candelitas, which originally was actually written in Ladino. And I wrote Mark Levy, who was a longtime People's Music Network member. And he said, yeah, I had that on my CD of Maccabees and Miracles in the original Ladino. But I'm going to do, I'll end up in some Spanish. Madness flowing in the Twitter sphere, a fraud and vote conspiracy. Court cases growing, justice is throwing them out. Still the beat goes on, I tell ya. Stirring COVID in a pandemic, and pardons flowing out like wine. And so let me say, many times, many ways, Donald Trump, your days are numbered. Won't you just go to Mar-a-Lago? They won't have you. Take Melania, the whole damn familia. Hope to never ever see ya, not even one more time. Linda Hanukkah está aquí, 8 candelas para ti. Linda Hanukkah está aquí, 8 candelas para ti. Hoy una candelita, 2 candelitas, 3 candelitas, 4 candelitas, 5 candelitas, 6 candelitas, 7 candelitas, 8 candelas para mí. Sing it, hoy. 1 candelitas, 2 candelitas, 3 candelitas, 4 candelitas, 5 candelitas, 6 candelitas, 7 candelitas, 8 candelas para mí. Mucha fiesta voy a hacer, con alegría y placer. Mucha fiesta voy a hacer, con alegría y placer. 1 candelita, 2 candelitas, 3 candelitas, 8 candelitas, 4, 5 bandas, 6 candelitas, 7 candelitas, 8 candelas para hacer. Last time. 1 candelitas, 2 candelitas, 3 candelitas, 4 candelitas, 5 candelitas, 6 candelitos, 7 candelitas, 8 candelas para mí.
Bravo, Dave Tarlow.
Se hace.
Wow, that was cool. That was very cool. I want to bring on Steve Siegelbaum. You know, I didn't mean to put the two of you in order because you guys know each other so well already.
I'll pretend
That was a little bit of a mistake on my part, but Steve Siegelbaum, you're next. So
I'll pretend I don't know him. But either way, that's one of the strangest medleys I've ever heard. But really nice, and all the conjunction of it. Even the tune of that first song is written by a Jewish guy, so Mel Torme, right? So
Right.
yeah. Anyway, they went together and. With Ocho Candelitas, and that's really nice. So Uh, but there's a good segue here, Ben, because the song I'm going to do was first inspired. It's a song I wrote about 8-9 years ago, and it was inspired by a friend of mine who's a very close friend, not only friend but singing colleague of Dave, Terry Collerton. Terry had been to South Africa with Sharon Katz, and I know Dave has since, but and Terry related something that she experienced going through some of the very poor villages in the eastern part of South Africa. And it reminded me of something that I had experienced in my several trips to some very impoverished towns in Nicaragua. So the first verse of this is inspired by Terry's relating to me, her experience. And the second verse is my own experience. And the song is especially, I think, good for this time of year because it speaks to this time of year. What little we have, we share. And I appreciated the beginning of this. Ruben and then Barbara sang some very happy, uplifting songs. So maybe this is in that spirit. Little brown toes curl in the air, curl in the sand, eyes like lasers on the fruit in my hand, asking, are you gonna eat that orange, man? But there's 10 of you and one's all I've got. That's okay, man, we don't eat a lot. And bite by bite, that orange goes round, for me a lesson profound. What little we have, we share. What little we have, we share. With stranger and neighbor, the fruit of our labor. Anything we can spare. What little we have, we share. Cinder block school, roof made of tin. Only one room, it's neat as a pin. 39 kids just squeezing in. A box of bright crayons, one piece of chalk. A lot of love, just a little talk. Older kid wipes little sister's nose. A community grows. What little we have, we share. What little we have, we share. With stranger and neighbor, the fruit of our labor. Anything we can spare. What little we have, we share. Breathe in the air, work in the soil. A cup of clean water beats a barrel of oil. Wherever we are, together we toil. There's plenty of oranges, plenty of schools. Survival depends on the golden rule. Just like the children, we'll carry on, and with them sing the song. What little we have, we share. What little we have, we share. With stranger and neighbor, the fruit of our labor. Anything we can spare. What little we have, we share. With stranger and neighbor, the fruit of our labor. anything we can spare. What little we have, we share. What little we have, we share.
Wow. Beautiful, beautiful song. Round of applause for Steve Siegelbaum. Thank you so much. So here is, I think, what our next step is. We might actually have some chance to get to some of the folks on the wait list tonight if all goes well, but I need to actually pull up a video for the Raging Grannies. Do we have our Raging Grannies here tonight?
I figured
that would be me, Ben.
Hey, Martha. Yeah, and I think you guys sent me a YouTube, and I just need to pull it up real quick. So
Yeah,
if it's
you
okay,
definitely
we
do, because I don't
go-
have access to it.
No problem. We're just
Meanwhile,
gonna
let
go.
me
But let
say
me.
about Steve.
Oh, actually, you know what I'm going to do instead? I'm going to switch up the order on you. So,
Oh, I
but
don't get
if
to
you want
talk about him? Well, darn.
well, you'll get a chance later. But actually, I'm wondering well, unless Louise Hetzler, can we go to you right now? Just a slight rearrangement of the order. Would that be all right, Louise?
Sure.
And we'll
Well,
get back. We're going to get back to Martha. But thank you, Martha. It was going to be you.
I really liked that song, and I like the sentiment of it. I like the tune. It was catchy and upbeat, and I'm going to follow along with another upbeat song. I think a lot of people tonight seem to be doing upbeat. It's a dark time of the year in a very dark year that is coming to a close, and people need the light right now. So I was thinking about that today, and it is the last night of Hanukkah, so happy Hanukkah, 8th night of Hanukkah, Festival of Lights. And light is something that we all need in our lives right now. So I have a song that I wrote in 1993. It's called Spread Your Light. Fireworks on the 4th of July, kaleidoscopes in the sky, a little bit of play at the end of the day. Don't let it pass you by. Don't let it pass you by. It's an exciting and beautiful sight. Explosions of color at night. Red, white, and blue. Purple, gold, and green too. Filling the sky with light. Filling the sky with light. Like fireworks on Independence Day. Light will in time fade away. From the moment of birth, life is precious on earth. So spread your light while you may. Spread your light while you may. Realize what you've got before it's gone. A beautiful earth to live upon. People to love. The sky up above. A new day beginning at dawn. A new day beginning at dawn. La 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 la. La 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 la. La la la. La la la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Fireworks on the 4th of July. Kaleidoscopes in the sky. A little bit of play at the end of the day. Don't let it pass you by. Don't let it pass you by. Thank you.
Okay, Ben, I didn't hear what you said, but I gotta say, I love fireworks. I love that tune, and I just wish we were all together so we could sing it along with you because it's just beautiful and it really is inspiring. It makes me happy to hear it.
Thank you so much. It's actually when I wrote this song, I actually hadn't named it "Spread Your Light." I actually had the lyrics were something like "Gather your flowers while you may," and that was the idea of it in a way. And I sang it for my mom, and she had said at the time, "Oh, that's so trite. You know, that's so trite." She was a writer and a playwright.
She didn't say Pete beat you to it.
Yeah. Pardon me?
She did not say Pete beat you to it.
Oh, but she said, can you think of something more that's so trite? Think of something more original. And so I thought, and I thought, well, instead of gather your flowers while you may, I really mean to say spread your light while you may. Spread your light rather than just gathering flowers for yourself. Spread your light. And so that's what I named it for. So for many years when I would perform this song, I would dedicate it to my mother, who actually was the inspiration for me getting more on track with the meaning and the title of the song. So thank you.
Okay, so I'm putting on my Raging Granny's bonnet. And I need to tell you a little bit about this song. I'm sorry, I never seem to get very good video where I am. Fortunately, our video is good. So every Thursday at 11 a.m., the New York City New Sanctuary Coalition holds what we call the Jericho Walk. We gather, previously in person, now virtually, at the New York City Federal Building, which houses ICE. There we call out the names of our friends, undocumented immigrants in detention, and we declare that we are present for them. We walk around the building, praying that they are freed and welcome in our country, and that the walls of injustice come tumbling down. This song from the Raging Grannies is for them, and I will post, if any way of you want to join us, because it's every Thursday, I will post their website after we play it.
Walking a walk called Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Walking a walk called Jericho, make the walls come tumbling down.
Abolish ICE is our cry, is our cry, is our cry. Abolish ICE is our cry, making justice come tumbling down.
Stand up for asylum for everyone.
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 Stand up for asylum for everyone. Make the walls come tumbling down.
We can talk about detainee death camps, filthy crowded jails, breeding grounds for COVID, bringing people living hell.
Free detainees from the jails, from the jails,
from the jails.
Free detainees from the jails, making justice come tumbling down.
Reunite parents and kids, parents and kids, parents and kids. Reunite parents and kids, make the walls come tumbling down.
We can talk about hunger strikes we've seen, fighting for their lives, ignored by those outside the wall. Don't you care if they survive?
We need change and we need it now.
We need it now.
Need it now.
We need change and we need it now. Making justice come tumbling down.
Walking the walk called Jericho, Jericho, Jericho. Walking the walk called Jericho.
Make the walls come tumbling.
Walls come tumbling.
Walls come tumbling down.
Ben, I think you're muted. I can't
hear you, Ben.
Lost you, Ben.
Can't hear you, Ben.
Okay, do you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Apologies, so much apologies. I'm sorry. I'll fix that. But I was just gonna try to ask you a question, actually, Martha. Did you want to speak a little bit about the production of that video? I was just trying to, while I was muted, nobody heard me. I was like clapping and stuff, you know, and just wondering. You guys obviously put a lot of work into that.
I can't hear you very much. You got to be louder.
All right, maybe someone else can take over because something's going wrong on my end. But we got Lydia Davis here who's coming next. But let's see. So. Is it coming through now? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
You're back.
Okay. I'm so sorry about the technical issue there. Something went funky. But I did have a question that I was saying that you never heard, which was, I was just so curious, like from a production angle, like I was, muted here clapping for the New York area Raging Grannies, but just like there was quite a bit to that process. Like, what was it like for you making that?
Well, the group is awesome. So everything we do together just brings me joy. But basically, we don't have the technical skills to do all the individual recording things like my choir does. So what happens is that Mary Lutz basically gives us notes and she gives us a rhythm and we each record separately. And if we do it well enough, which this particular group did, then we can be combined together because we've kept the same rhythm and we've kept on the tone. And then Peter, Mary's partner, has done the videos. And one of the really wonderful things about this for me is that he pulled like a ton of videos from the New Sanctuary movement. So many of those either show the Jericho Walk or show other immigration issues.
Well, it's the next best thing to being at a protest with some raging grannies and listening to them there. So thank you so much, Martha. I really appreciate it. I'm going to bring on Lydia here. Welcome, Lydia Adams Davis. So you're our next performer. Do you have a word that you'd like to share with Martha there from the Raging Grannies?
I thank you, Martha. Can you hear me okay? Good. I like your hats. I like your spirit. I like you're indefatigable. I like that you're representative of a core of older citizens of America whose parents probably endured some amazing hardships. Maybe some of them were born in other countries. You have such a touch with an earlier part of our country that, you see in your heart when you hear Hebrew music or street songs or videos, or you see high piled hair and high colored dresses and folks standing outside wires and fences, lobbying for freedom, lobbying for the women's vote, the research and the hard knocks and the triangle fire and women being abused and thrown out of places. And I see this in your faces, maybe because you're older and you might remember some of those from your childhood or your grandparents told you stories. I grew up in the rural country. I didn't come to New York until I came as a single mom to raise my daughter in Brooklyn. And that's when I started experiencing firsthand People's Music Network and got closer to the heritage of my sister-in-law and the Jewish families around me. And those old lady white folks like me that I became are still you, and we're all the same now. That didn't make much sense, but I just am very tied and attracted to your journey. And I feel that it's never irrelevant, possibly just as non-irrelevant as anybody in this group is. People asked me to write a song for COVID, and I have
Is that
not.
what you got now, that song?
Well, you know what's happening. I keep rewriting it to the point that let me just read it to you, and maybe a tune will come later. Angie dons her mask and gown and slowly starts her shift. Her nursing hours today, weary bones, sunken eyes, take her heart and breath away. How did I get here? Will this constant caring ever end? Never end, my heart is breaking. Once again, we lost dear Bill last night. He tried to win. These Christmas COVID died and did him in. Andy drags herself to home. Her family stands and sees her slumped shoulders. They understand, but they are living, hanging on, tuning up a Christmas song. A frontline worker, she might be, but a mother first. So she feels differently. Somehow I can't explain just how, but she knows she must go on. And now, for Andy turns and says to us, it's what we do, and work we trust. We save the dying. We heal the sick. We wait for the vaccine, and we hope it sticks. One day I'll burn my mask and gown. The bells will ring in this old town. Worries were the task unachieved will fade. We finally will believe this COVID victory will come from all we've said and prayed and done.
Bravo. And you know, cool to hear a piece that's still emerging. I know that melody is going to come.
Yes, it will. I think I need to know the words more clearly in my heart to turn them into a melody. Sometimes the lyrics come first, as you know, as a songwriter.
Yes. And sometimes you just gotta get the partially heard, the partially written thing out there so that you can process the rest of it.
Yeah.
I've done that too.
When we were doing the sound check, I had the melody, and then of course it faded in the hours, and I am very, very pleased to see so many of you. Hi, Pine Tree, thanks for your note.
Yes, Pine Tree wrote here, very heartfelt, Lydia. Would like to hear it with lots of instrumental breaks, and we know that we can count on you for that, Lydia. That was sweet. What a wonderful sharing from Rick. So I want to see if Elias Isaacs is available, and Elias, if you would go ahead and unmute yourself. You're on the waiting list. So glad you can stuck around. You know, that's one of the things. We've got a lot of people registering for these, and sometimes we have more people on the list than we have time for. But tonight we're a little ahead of schedule. So Elias, go ahead and unmute yourself and welcome you to the stage.
I was just about to say I'd forgotten to unmute myself. And
we hear you now.
I've got a weird system here. I've got two things, one phone, two phones. One's
doing. Oh, we got to turn off one of them.
Yeah.
Because that's causing a little bit of an echo.
One of them doesn't have a microphone, so I don't know why it's picking my voice up. But let me mute it.
Yep.
That means the microphone.
Girl.
Okay.
Okay. So that's turned off. And
I'm going to actually remove one of them from the meeting, okay?
Okay. That's good.
Yep.
I know what's doing it. Where is the thing? Over.
And now we got you spotlighted. So Elias, feel free to say a word here to Lydia Adams Davis.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah. So just say,
Ben, can you hear me?
I do hear you. Do you hear me?
Okay, I can't hear anything, but you can hear me all right?
Yes, we hear you great.
Let me try this.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me? I changed the setting here.
Yes.
Oh, good. That's much better. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I wasn't anticipating this. I've got 3 phones. It's an interesting story, but one of them, the microphone doesn't work, and the other one, the speaker input doesn't work. So I was using both of them with the speaker on one and the phone. As long as this is working now, I'll see if I can get through the song. I'm doing 2 songs. They're originally done and written by Ralph Stanley, who's sadly no longer with us, a very well-known and much beloved bluegrass artist from years ago. So it's 2 combination of 2 songs. The last one's very short, so it comes out correctly. And it's One Drop of Water, and then Come On Little Children. So here we go. The rich man lived in luxury, surrounded by his door. He always had the very best that money could afford. He left this world not caring about his resting place. He laid his eyes to heaven, but it was way too late. Give me one drop of water, the rich man cried from hell. Give me one drop of water, but still no water fell. He always was a selfish man. His heart was full of greed. Still one little drop of water is all he'll ever need. You can love your kid, you can't love your gold and silver, and still you're a lord too. Just like eye of the needle, there's no chance of getting through. So make your reservation for another day, for all your gold and silver will surely pass away. Give me one drop of water, the rich man cried from hell. Give me one drop of water, but still no water fell. Well, he always was a selfish man. His heart was full of greed, but one little drop of water will all he'll ever need. There's one way to heaven, it's through the work of grace. No matter where you're going or your creed of race. So have no other Bible and love the Lord for good. We'll live on milk and honey and we shall never thirst. Give me one drop of water, the rich man cried from hell. Give me one drop of water, but still no water fell. He always was a selfish man. His heart was full of greed, but one little drop of water will all he'll ever need. But one little drop of water is all he'll never need. Come on, little children, come on, little children, come on, little children, we're going to the promised land. We're going to the city, well, we're going to that city, we're going to that city, we're going to the promised land. Come on, little children. Come on, little children. Come on, little children. We're going to the promised land. We're walking there together. We're walking there together. We're walking there together. We're going to the promised land. Come on, little children. Come on, little children. Come on, little children. We're going to the promised land. I see the light shine. I see the light shining. It's the gate on the border shining. We're going to the promised land. We're all in a lot of trouble, Lord. We're all in a lot of trouble. We're all in a lot of trouble. We're going to the promised land. I see the light come shining. I see that light shining. I see the light shining. It's shining in the promised land. It's shining in the promised land. That's the song.
Bravo! Thank you very much, Elias. That was fun.
I don't know if they're that well known, but
Yeah.
Ralph has got a huge catalog, many songs. These are sung by permission tonight for one performance only and for no remuneration. So it's fair and on the level. So thank you so much. It's good to be back. I look forward to seeing you all. For those of you celebrating Christmas, Merry Christmas. For those of you playing Hanukkah, Chag Sameach Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. And I believe Eid comes around this time. For those who celebrate that, please do have a joyous and meaningful.
Thank you, Elias. I want to
Yes,
see
anyway,
George Mann, our first performer of the evening, as we finish up here. Do you want to extend a word to what you heard in what Elias shared?
Well, that traditional sound you have. Where are you from, Elias?
What?
Where are you from? Where are you
I'm
joining?
here. We just finished up a blizzard last night into the morning, not too far, on Staten Island in the Big Apple, the center of the University of New York City.
Okay.
And originally I
You're
come
out
from
in the
New
woods in
England.
the wild somewhere, but you have a wonderful old time sound to your songs.
Thank you so much. I do come from New England, just outside of Boston on the North Shore. It's a place called Gloucester. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but it's, I don't know, it's on the North Shore. You go up through Lynn and Swampscott. It's not as far as Plum Island, maybe about halfway from Boston up to the New Hampshire border on the coast. And if you ever saw the movie The Perfect Storm, that was in Gloucester. We have a big statue there. I used to sit when I was a young kid and look at all the names of the brave and courageous fishermen. That it was a horrible story with not, I don't think it was quite a tidal wave.
All right. Well, Elias, I'm not sure if we have time for the whole fisherman story,
another
but
time,
maybe
another
for another
day.
song, another night. That's it's great to hear the one drop of water thing. Thank you so much. And
Yeah, I'll get the words better. I flubbed a few of them, but I think I got through
no
it.
worries, no worries. Well, here's what we're gonna do. So thank you, George. Appreciate it. Thanks to all of the artists tonight who participated. And we do this every week, just about in some form or another. The next one that's going to be kind of like this, the open song swap style, will be December 29th. More information at peoplesmusic.org. And again, we're going to be looking toward early January for this thing where we're going to see if we can get 10 PMN members to invite 10 non-members to participate in this song circle. And you'll be able to do a different kind of introduction to somebody who I think then, and that will be kind of fun, I think, to see that emerge, to bring some new folks into the community. So that's pretty much all I got to say for this live stream. It's 8:59. We're going to cut the live stream, and then for those of you who are on Zoom, you can stick around a little bit. You don't have to stay, but if you want to share with this community and have a little bit of hangout time, we probably will hang out for a little bit of time, about 15 or so minutes. So thanks everybody. Good night. And